Sentence structure and word order in Portuguese are generally simple, but some nuances exist. Like English, Portuguese typically follows a subject, a verb, and an object, like Eu leio livros, O menino bebe água, A mulher compra frutas. Still, Portuguese has a more flexible word order because verbs are sufficient in showing who's doing the action, like saying Eu falo português, falo português. The verb already says I speak, so we can drop the subject pronoun because the phrases both mean I speak Portuguese. We only add the subject when emphasizing it, avoiding confusion, and comparing people. For now, do not worry about verb conjugation because this concept will be shown in a different video. One concept that Portuguese does differently is placing adjectives after nouns, like saying uma casa bonita. However, some can come before the noun, but that often changes the emphasis or meaning, and this concept will be shown in a separate video. Another idea is questions, which have two methods of formation in Portuguese. The first method is changing our intonation, and one sentence is Você fala português? To make it a question, we simply raise our voice. Você fala português? The second method, on the other hand, just uses question words, which have a similar function and order as in English, like Quem é ele? Onde você mora? Quando começa? Como você está? When it comes to negation, Portuguese follows a simple pattern of putting no, meaning no, or not, before the verb. Some examples are Eu falo, Eu não falo. Ela gosta de café, Ela não gosta de café. Even so, Portuguese allows double negatives, but this is a concept for a different video. At the same time, Portuguese adverbs usually come after the noun, like Ela canta bem, Eu trabalho muito, Ele corre rapidamente. This concept matters because some adverbs can go at the beginning or after the verb, especially with time expressions, like Hoje estudo, today I study. Estudo hoje, I study today. Moreover, Portuguese compound sentences can be joined with conjunctions, just like in English. When following common conjunctions, we can make phrases and build sentences word by word, like saying Eu estudo porque gosto de idiomas. I study because I like languages. This concept even works with relative clauses, where Portuguese uses que, meaning that, who, or which. An example is O homem que mora aqui, the man who lives here. The final thing to know in this lesson is pronoun position, but here only a small preview will be shown. One of the trickiest parts of Portuguese is the placement of object pronouns, because depending on the position and dialect, pronouns can come before the verb or after the verb with a hyphen. Even though most sentence structure is the same, the placement of pronouns has notable differences, like saying Vou me levantar, Vou levantar-me. It's important to note that Brazilian Portuguese generally prefers object pronouns before the verb, while European Portuguese often places them after the verb with a hyphen. At the end of the day, it's better to explain this concept in a different video, but here, the key takeaways are sentence structure and word order. Once you feel comfortable with these ideas, you will be able to conjugate verbs in many tenses and build sentences using multiple patterns. In this way, your ability to speak the language will increase.